Hey everybody, this is Trina with Chat with Trina. I am here today talking with my friend Andrey SeVille, singer, graphic artist, I don't know, and friend. And
Actor,
I've got a what'd you call it? What'd you
actor,
say? Actor?
produ-
Um, what?
producer, songwriter,
There you go. You know what?
playwright.
You'll be better at that than I will when I get to that. So tell us your full name. Do you have a middle name?
Andrey SeVille.
No middle name.
No,
Okay. Hmm.
Andrey SeVille. How you doing? Let's chat, Trina.
We are chatting. I'm trying to find out why you don't have a middle name. But listen, where'd you grow up at?
I was a military brat, so I grew up around the world.
Okay. What part of the military was your parent in?
My dad was Air Force.
Okay, all right.
I was
Did
born
you
on Air
follow?
Force Base
Oh, really?
all the way to my senior year of high school.
Okay. Dang, so you had to go, how was that in growing up, having to travel different places? Did you have to go to different schools and stuff like that?
Every 3 years, every 3 to 4 years, we moved. I
Wow.
went to the first grade and the fifth grade. I went to the fifth grade in 5 different schools that year. Started in Tokyo. I went to the first grade in 4 schools, started in Houston, ended up in Tokyo. So we came back to the States. I was in the fifth grade, started in Tokyo, ended up in Hyannis, Massachusetts, with stops in Oakland, California, here, two here, and in Massachusetts.
Oh, geez. The school that I went to, that I got my graduate degree from was Springfield, and it's in Springfield, Massachusetts. I can
Okay.
never say Massachusetts.
Oh,
So talk to me about growing. Well, you grew up in the military base, going back and forth. So, when did you decide that you wanted to sing? Like, did you always sing?
nope. I couldn't sing.
What?
I could not sing. I was that guy, Trina. Like if we were in the car, high school,
Uh-huh.
going to the movie drive-in, and that song came on the radio, and everybody started singing.
Uh-huh.
And I started singing. Everybody, be, oh, shut up. Even in college, we in the locker room after practice, after the game, everybody, all the guys, that song come on, and we start singing. I start singing like, no,
Stop.
you're not singing. No.
What happened? Then how did you become Andre Seville, the singer?
Well, I was always into music because my dad always had the stereo equipment.
Hmm.
'Cause that's what they did when they were in Japan, bought all that hi-fi stereo equipment. And
Mm.
we had all the records. So I always had the music, the records, the albums, and the 45s, and I was always in the headphones. So I always listened to Marvin Gaye, Frank Sinatra, Elvis, Temptations.
Oh
I
yeah.
listened to Marvin Gaye all day, mostly.
Yeah.
And then listening to, like, because I was a child of the 70s, Blue Magic,
Mm-hmm.
um, the Dramatics, Al Green, Bloodstone, all those groups.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the Isley Brothers. I
Oh
listen to
yes, yes,
Ronald
yes,
Isley
yes,
so
yes.
much. And when I come out of college, I got in the church choir,
Okay.
and I was always next to Jimmy Matthews. Wherever Jimmy Matthews was, I had to be next to him. And
Jimmy sing?
yeah, we were in
Oh,
the choir, and I could, if I wasn't next to him, I'd be lost. And because I didn't know nothing about harmonies and notes and
pitch.
you know, but I was a DJ.
Okay.
I was always a DJ because I always had all the records. So whenever there was a party from even high school, they said, "Okay, well, Andre, you're gonna be the DJ because you got all the music." So
You was voluntold.
yeah. So once I started learning in church choir about the different harmonies, because they told me I was a tenor. I didn't know that they told me I was a tenor.
Mm.
And I'm still singing flat sometime and all. And then I'm starting to learn, so I can go back 9. And I developed a keen ear to listen.
When did you figure out that you wanted to actually do this as I mean, because What was your first career? Let me ask you that.
Uh, I was a mechanic,
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
master mechanic. My whole family were mechanics. We had our own business in the Heights in Houston
Uh-huh. Okay.
from my grandfather.
So I can still bring you my car?
No, I don't know nothing about a car right now. I don't even want to. I had to check the air in my back tire, and I got the, what's it called?
Uh,
It took me, I sat in my truck 10 minutes before I got out to go check that air and see if it was too low. I didn't want
that's
I didn't want
that's
to do it. So you've been around Houston a long time?
born and raised.
You remember he put the heel back in the motor and transmission.
Yeah,
I used to work there.
really?
Yeah, I did. I rebuilt engines.
Okay, okay,
I did, but that was always there. But then I became a professional DJ,
okay.
and then I was on radio and all the nightclubs here.
Oh, name
And
some of the nightclubs.
I started at the Screaming Eagle,
Okay.
World Champion, the Rose.
World Champion, I think, is the one of the ones that my Aunt Pat talked
Oh,
about.
exactly.
Okay,
Yep.
okay,
Because we work for the same guy, Charles Bush.
okay,
I'm
okay.
from Midtown in Austin. In fact, because when I was DJing at Midtown Live in Austin, that was the only black club up there. So I had
Really?
that. And I can remember, and I reminded her about a month ago, Deborah Duncan, she
Mm-hmm.
used to be at that club hanging out, just sitting there. And I remember seeing her come up there. And, she was just being,
Yeah.
but I
Oh,
didn't know
so
later
you
on,
knew her before she was Deborah Duncan.
Deborah Duncan, you know.
Oh,
And she said, "Oh, you have a good memory." I said, "Yeah, I remember it."
that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when was the point? So mechanic, like, did you like that kind of job? Did you like doing that
I
back
love,
then?
I love.
Okay. It was good money, steady money, probably.
Yeah, and I was good with
Your hands.
the hands,
Yeah.
and then, putting the machine together, tearing the machine apart,
Hmm.
fixing, putting it back together, and then seeing it drive down the street.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny. So I work for a community college. Well, I don't work for a community college anymore. For 19 years, I worked for a community college. And one of the things that we did with students was talk to them about, if you don't want to go to school for 4 years, there's so many other jobs that you can do to make good money. And auto mechanic was one of them.
Oh yeah,
So
always need a
um,
machine.
yeah, so that we used to, because there was a lot of kids that knew that they weren't going to go to college. And so you would give them options of auto mechanics, welding, HVAC. And so my tagline was always, well, in Houston, you gotta have AC in Houston, so, and you'll always have a job. Um, so when did you make the aha moment that, I really want to sing? When you was in the club being a DJ?
Yes, I used to go and watch, like Shane, and there was a group called God's Gift to Women.
Mm.
I used to go watch them. I used to go watch Chopper Lawton, the band.
I just thought about Chopper today. I got to give Chopper a call. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go watch them. I used to go watch. There was a lady here named Misty Day.
Uh-huh.
I used to go watch her and Faye Robinson.
Faye, right? No, Miss Faye.
Even Laura back in the day, Laura Sims.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go watch them. I wasn't singing then.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really singing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to just go watch them.
Mm.
And I don't know if that person was in me at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew I was good DJing, keeping a party going. I knew what songs to play. And because I can watch DJs come in with crates for records. I can walk in with just one of those stack like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play all them songs in one night.
Exactly.
So I know exactly what songs to bring, what to have.
Yeah.
What 12 inches, when and where. And then I learned the science
of it.
Music. When and where. And then I learned.
So let me ask you that while you mentioned that. As a DJ, how did you feel about taking requests?
I would take requests, but it had to be the right one.
Okay. So it's kind of what someone mentioned to me that you have a certain time that you're gonna play. You playing certain music.
Exactly. If you because you're in control of the room. You're controlling the music and the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got this room, you started at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you got control of the room, and you jamming. See, we back in the 70s, bounce,
Mm-hmm.
rock, skate and roll. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, somebody want to come up and hear something by Sam Cooke. Well, that's not
Oh,
going to work right now.
yeah.
Because I
So
got
how did you handle it?
Huh?
How did you handle that? Like when you couldn't play that song, how did you do it in a nice way? But
Yeah, I mean, I would just break it down. I mean, I'll try to get that in, but I ain't going to promise you.
gotcha. Okay.
Because I got a certain groove going, working right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know too, once they leave,
Mm-hmm.
and I can watch them going back, and the next record I play, they on the dance floor,
Mm-hmm.
jamming like ain't nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know sometimes I have now I know that I don't expect DJ to play every request, but I do think that DJ should hear people out. But I definitely I've calmed down on that a little bit. But I definitely think there should be a way of saying, hey, I will try, but I can't promise you I'm gonna get that on for you tonight because it's already 11 o'clock. We close at 2.
Right.
So
We already got a plan. We already got
already
the
got a plan.
format. And
Yeah. And you have to understand everybody doesn't understand you think you're a DJ, you're just spinning records. That's all you think, So it's a science to it. Yeah. Um, so DJing, was that something you really liked as well?
yes, because I had control of the room. I had control of the emotions. Because I was the one who had to, I'm going to make everybody in here happy. I'm going to make
Mm-hmm.
everybody in here feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So even with the live, I try to practice that same formula
Mm-hmm.
because
You mean with your live shows?
yeah,
What do you think is the difference in the DJs of today than there were back then in the 70s, 80s?
there's too many line dances.
You think so? What about those ladies that don't have nobody to dance with, though, Andre?
Well, that's the other part. I like to play devil's advocate with myself. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
I say something, I try to come up with the other point of view. That right there is the only thing. Otherwise, see, we used to dance with each other, and I
When you
go.
say dance with each other, what do you mean? Partner dancing? I mean,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I mean, I'd go to the table with a bunch of big girls and come on,
Mhm.
dance. I didn't care.
Yeah, well, see, that's back when
Dance.
people weren't that vain. People were more
But
vain than that.
but I still think because I've seen line dances just ruin a party.
Really?
Ruin a
I've been to a full line dance party and it was just off the chain. Like we partied because line dances are, I mean, the music is great, but again, something that I think I watch DJs and I think about it, if you have a club full of a club going, groove is right, everybody dancing, a DJ will turn around and play a slow song. Then he'll turn around and play another slow song. And it's like, okay, all these women in here, you don't see the room ain't have half the men in here. It's mostly women. Why can't you throw in a down dance so some of these women get off the floor? So that's all I'm saying. There are definitely some times for line dance. Because if you sit up and play the Ozzy Brothers all night, or now mind you, them my boys, Ozzy Brothers, Confunction, all them. But if you got a club full of women or majority of women, what you playing that for?
Yeah, but it's the line dancing every damn, like I said it for XYZ, and I turned around and told two guys, I said, if I see one more damn line dance,
Well, you gonna get up and dance with the
line
ladies that's
dance,
sitting there?
the regular music that I would come ask you, come on, let's dance. It not even stepping, just a funk song we used to just jam to,
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, it's a line dance, so we can't even get on the floor. We look like
Yes,
idiots.
you can. Now, that's where the
Not
problem
line
comes.
dance.
That's where the problem comes in, I think. Even with swing out dancing, line dancing, people. Now we will swing out anywhere. We will line dance anywhere, right? But the people who don't do those dances, that's where the problem comes. Y'all don't feel comfortable because the floor is free. You can come dance just because we swing out. Don't mean you have to swing out. Just because I'm line dancing, you can get up there with your boo and dance.
No.
Why not? Why not? Yes, you can. You just don't want to. But if let the line dancers on this side of the floor, take over this side. But anyway, so okay, so you think it's too many line dances. But you know, I'm sure I don't know how long it's been since you DJ, but DJs would definitely get beat down if they didn't play some line dances for those ladies that need to dance.
Yeah, they would. Even one thing I learned from Charles Bush, he said, "Oh yeah, Andre, you jamming, man. You got them jamming. But look at my bartenders. They sitting back there like this here. Say
You
break
got to
that
make sure they go to the bar and buy
down
something to drink.
every, break it down every 10, 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let them get something to drink.
Yeah.
So when you got that, when you break it down, play some slow, you got those fast dancers, and they go to the bar. And then when you come back, then the other ones.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that might be sometimes why they throw that little slow song, and it's like, well, where did that come from?
You gotta sell some liquor.
Gotta sell some liquor. Okay, yeah.
Liquor, they can't ask for no raise.
Yeah, they can't get paid at all. So how do you feel about what's going on with this pandemic? What are you thinking as a musician?
Ain't nothing we can do. I mean, right now, like I told some of the other local musicians I talked to, say, okay, Andrey SeVille, Lloyd, Hughes, Sam, Chopper, Earth, Wind and Fire, Chicago.
What are they saying?
Yeah, the Rolling Stones.
What are they saying?
All at zero.
Oh.
All at zero. All of us around the world. So everybody's at zero. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Mm-mm.
So the best thing we could do is just get in the studio, start writing, recording, reinventing ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about the future though? Like when I talked to Althea Renee, she mentioned something I think is a good idea, which I've seen actually this it's a country western guy that's already gonna do it. But she had mentioned oh God, what the theater, not the drive-in movie places. And someone, a country singer, did it last weekend, I think, and doing it at those theaters.
I don't see it.
You don't? Wow.
Might be cute one or two times, but after that, because what we do, we feed off the audience, and if they're not there in front of us, feedback.
I get what you're saying to that, because it's just like public speaking. But let me just say this: my issue is that just like public speaking, but just like we know, when I do a presentation for students, when I talk to students, when teachers deal with students, they can have that feedback. But because we're going to be under a new normal, nothing is going back to the normal that we knew of. So like even for the school year, I'm going to have to still be trying to talk to students online. So my thing is, if that's just not going to work at all, I mean, y'all got to be creative. You got to think out the box. So that might be something that has to happen. I mean, if we can't have a bunch of people in the building at one time, or something else I thought about was, and she mentioned that too, about going back to the gyp joints, but having to have 2 or 3 shows, because you only have have to have a certain amount of people in. What you think about that?
That's
possibility.
But the bottom line is people are dying.
Absolutely.
And ain't nothing we can do about that. But I think if they wait, if when the vaccine, however long it takes, they develop that vaccine, just like when we had the measles and the mumps and all of that, I can see us getting back to normal once we lick it as a human, lick this disease with vaccines when they develop them.
Well, you got to get to the point to where a couple things before you get there, which is going to be, the vaccine is going to come, but you got to also think about one of the biggest, I read an article someone sent me. We got to get people of color to test, to be willing to do the test. And there's already people saying they're not. So there's people that don't take the flu shot. I take the flu shot. They scared to take the flu shot. I take the flu shot every single year, all the time, and I've never caught the flu before I got the shot. But when I get my flu shot, I don't get the flu. But my point is, it's going to take some time to get people on board to taking the vaccine. So you still going to have people running around here. So all I'm saying is that make sure that let me just say it instead of asking the question. I think everybody needs to be thinking out the box and what else is what you're going to do in the new normal. Like even I think about dancers. We're going to have to wear gloves. Eventually, I don't think anybody's gonna ever go back to hugging again, hugging and stuff like that,
Probably not.
shaking hands.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff. Um, some of the big
Well,
arenas, are they gonna last until you guys are able to come back? You know what I'm saying?
and from what I understand, talking to some of my major artists
Hmm.
that canceled concerts, they are looking next year.
Hmm.
They're not looking at anything this year.
Yeah,
All the concerts that they had since March, last week of March, that's pretty much a wash.
definitely, definitely. It's
They don't look at
um
anything.
right. I still have my show that I was supposed to have in April. It's still in the. I was going to move it to my birthday, but then these numbers came up. I think. What do you think would be the What do you think people should do right now? Tell the audience, what do you think should be done right now? What do you think is the problem? What would help us
Help us.
to, like, all the numbers are coming up, and I have my opinion of what's why the numbers are jumping up. What do you think is something that we could do? Do we stop going? So do we stop? Do we need the government or the
Well,
governor or the mayor? Do you need them to tell us to sit down, or
um,
do we need to close up the state again? What do you think?
with the numbers, with those numbers that came out today,
Mm-hmm.
it's scary. They
It's
might
very
have to
scary.
do that again because Texas, Arizona, um, they just might have to do that again. And we were told that,
Yeah.
you know,
But I
South
mean, when
told us
like,
that months ago. You know,
hmm
you went back too soon.
hmm
It hurt, yes, but it's gonna hurt even worse if we have to shut back down. And like you say, the numbers going back up.
and
And
I mean, I've talked to two club owners right now. You know this that they both said that if they have to close down again, they're just probably not going to open back up
yeah,
because
that's a whole lot of
it's hitting
business.
their pocket,
That's
hitting
a
their
whole
pockets.
lot of business.
I just think that I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And this government ain't helping them at all. He's helping his boys, the big corporations with money. He ain't
Mm-hmm.
helping these little small business.
Right. And see, that's what I think about. I think about, I get people on Facebook and everything saying that, yes, I definitely think we opened up too soon. I do. I think the governor should have been responsible enough to, when he got ready to open, when he finally got to the bars and he was going to open the restaurants to 75%, that's right after Memorial Day, I think. And he should, at that time, he should say, hey, guys, we're going to wait 2 more weeks. Let's leave it. Let's stay here for a while. Let's see what happens before he said, oh, you know what? We got enough hospital beds for you to come and die in and keep on moving. Um, that's my thing. But also, like they say, because it's open, you don't have to go. So that's where I was getting at when I was asking you that. Like you and I we were somewhere last week and it was 5 people in there. I can go to that. I can go if it's 5, 6, 7 people. That's I'm not gonna go somewhere and you see people on. I saw 3 Zydeco's this weekend, Andre.
Mm-hmm.
3. And people were shoulder to shoulder in the swimming pool. I mean,
That's the
and
last place you see me in a swimming pool.
well, actually, now what I've heard, this show I watch every day, that they actually said that it's not been shown to go through water because of chlorine. But that ain't even the point. There was too many people in there, period. Way too many people in that one spot. And then you
I'm stand
dream.
back and watch y'all and take your word for it.
Are you wearing a mask?
Every time I go out, every
Okay.
time I go in somewhere. And what I noticed today is I went in a couple of establishments. You had to have it on to walk in there.
Well, yeah, that came up yesterday. Monday started that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
judge put that out there that you had to have a mask to go in. But there were some even before she mandated it. I went to the beauty supply when they first said when we could get out the house. I went to the beauty supply and they had the sign that says without a mask you can't come in. What do you think about the people? Oh,
I do this 4 or 5 times a day.
well, you need to also wash hands too. Nothing beats hand water and soap.
I constantly do that.
People are living from the virus, Andre. So do you think that's what's giving people a false sense that it's
No,
not real?
they're listening to the wrong idiots.
Yeah.
They're listening to the wrong people. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
When did you actually have your first gig, singing gig?
Oh, it was like 80.
Who gave you that chance?
What club was that? Red Desiree.
Really? Okay.
Desiree.
Oh, wow. Did you
Right
sing with a group? You had a track back then, or you had a group?
No, I had a band. Silky
Oh,
Soul.
what was it?
Silky Soul.
Oh, okay.
Silkie.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
how long did you guys do that? Did you start?
I
You
played
did
that.
pretty good.
Yeah, I did a couple of years. Right there where the Red Rooster is now.
Right, I know. They used to have the split floor.
Yep, right there.
Okay.
And,
Mhm. Go ahead.
no, that's where we started. Corey Stewart, my guitar player.
Oh, really? That's my friend. Okay. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody else come out of that band that we know?
I don't know if you know Al Garner. He was on bass.
So what happens when you guys broke up? You guys just kind of started going your own separate ways, or?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Melanie was part of that at one time.
Who?
Melanie.
Melanie Covington? Oh, okay. So y'all would have two lead singers at that time for a minute?
Yeah, sometimes I'd have three.
Oh, okay. I
You
can't
remember
think of
when Zaz was open?
Pizzazz. No.
Zaz.
Say that again?
Zaz. Z-A-Z-Z. At his club, we were the house band there.
Wow, okay.
Like 2 levels.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's when y'all were really hot.
That's where all the entertainers and major stars and athletes came when they came to Houston. That's what they were.
And when was that, like 80s, 90s?
That was, I think, 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, I had Cheryl Jen right now. She was the lead vocalist. Oh, we were hot.
Were y'all around when the Red Rooster became the Red Rooster? Back in the day?
The Red Rooster had been there probably when we were
40
born.
years, I think, right? 40 something years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So when it was that Red Rooster, did y'all get to play there?
No.
Or was it not? Was it a live music place back then?
No.
But Andrey SeVille Designs is his new love. I thought that would pique somebody's interest because I had posted on the flyer saying we'll find out about his new love interest.
Yes, I've been doing that and recording some new music and
Okay. Well, let's talk about your design, Andrey SeVille Designs. What made you start doing that? I mean, you went from mechanics to music to now doing some awesome graphic designing.
I had always done that because I always did flyers and
Oh, that's right. Because I used to, when I first heard your name was at Martini Blue. You were working for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I was in Vegas. When I was living in Vegas, I had a friend who's a promoter, Ely Entertainment, and they were doing a Zap concert. So that was actually the first. So I just sat down at my computer, and she was talking about ticket sales and the flyers, and so I just needed a commercial. I bet you a commercial. I didn't even say nothing. I just did it. So I just sit and I just created a video, a 60-second TV commercial, and sent it to them. Everybody was like, "Wow!"
Wow!
And the
you've been doing that a long time.
Ticket sales went up. This was like 2012 or 13.
Oh.
Back then. So then I did Confunction was the next one. And so what really made it take off was when we did Frank McComb at Martini Blue.
You did a video for that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it for, and I think that was the first concert they had in there.
Okay.
And I did that for White Diamond events.
Okay.
And so I started doing it more and more.
Do you enjoy that?
Oh, I love it. That's my high.
Yeah, I can tell now. I can tell that you enjoy doing that.
Put me in front of a laptop or a computer with my Final Cut, Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere Pro.
Yes. He even let me, guys, he even let me be I had it was a voiceover, but I got to have a whole microphone. It was the whole thing. I thought I was somebody that day.
I thought that would be fun.
It was very fun, very fun. Um, so y'all make sure SeVille Designs, right? He does awesome work. I posted most of my flyers and the videos I've had. I have one. I can't think. One of my videos was done by Stevie Ray, but I want to make sure I give him credit for what he did for me. But Andrey has done some awesome work for
You
me.
can look up SeVilleDesigns.com.
SeVilleDesigns.com. I haven't even been there.
Some of my clients are Brick, Yarborough Peoples, Steve Arrington, Confunction.
So you want to dance?
So you want to dance live. Then I have a lot of other clients. You know,
Okay.
I have a lot of people coming. We got
to get you out there a little bit more as soon as it. But the bad part about it is, well, the good part about it, people doing some stuff online, which I think some people have underestimated what this online stuff, and they don't realize how the impact that it is making on some people.
Right.
I think I don't want to say it like that, but I have to. I'm gonna just say OG. The OGs, I think they don't see the impact of it. And it's a great thing because people that don't see you anymore, even when we're back out in the world, they don't come see you at your shows and your concerts. Well, this is the opportunity for you to get out there in front of them, right? In my mind, you said they should be, practicing writing. This opportunity for this is practice as well, but it's also they need to start learning how to use this technology.
Right.
Some of them are very anal about using the technology, but right now that's all you got.
So
go into another direction about music. I mean, singing. You singing.
Oh no, I just love singing. I can sing for two people. I've done that before. I sang for one person.
I'm sure. You sang for me, like you sang when we were there last week. You sang for three people?
Yeah, it don't, because I just like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Number one, you never know if you don't know those people. You don't know that person.
That is.
That person might be the one that knows somebody that knows somebody.
And that's the thing about the online presence as well. You don't know who's watching. You never know. I think about that not trying to just change it up to me, but let's just say anybody, if they ask you to come on and do a show, 30 minutes, 45 minutes for a show to sing some of your music, some people see it as, oh, that ain't nothing, or they just don't want to do it, or they do it in a lazy manner and don't put their all into it. I think you're crazy for that because you don't know who saw that show. You have no idea. Somebody could have been out there saying, hey, you know what? I see him playing. I hadn't seen him play before. I started to go to Chicago Bar and Grill and see him. Now I see him. So when we open back up in the world, I'm going to have to get him. That's how I think.
Yeah, when I was performing in Vegas, I could be doing a show. I've done a show, open up for Confunction and Chevelle. Earth, Wind & Fire's band sitting out there. Keith Washington. There's no telling who's there watching you.
But you're still talking about in-house, which is great. But I guess I'll be wanting people to understand that no matter whether you're in-house, out-house, if you're in front of a small group of people like what you mentioned,
yeah,
you just never know.
You never know who's watching.
You knew those people were in the audience, am I correct?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Until after.
Oh, yeah. So what if you would have been in there half-assing?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you never do it. I don't care if it's one or two people or 2,000.
You give your all.
Do it if this is what you want to do. You get that microphone and you up there. Well, you gotta go. You gotta do it because you out there.
Go hard to go home.
You up there, and nobody forced you to go up there.
Let's move on to our racial tensions that's going on. When you were coming up, did you have any experiences?
Yeah.
Really?
The first time I was ever called a nigga, I was in Tokyo.
Really?
I didn't even know what a nigga was. The little white boys kept telling us, my daddy said we can't play with niggas. I'm
And what
in
did you?
4th grade. I had to go home and ask my dad, what's a
What
nigga?
is that? Wow.
Why? What? He said, where did you hear that from? I said, them the white boys said I can't. They couldn't play with me because I was a nigga. Their daddy told them they couldn't play with niggas. And it wasn't but maybe, let's say out of 1,000 families, maybe 40 or 50 were black, you know, on the military base. I know what I still didn't understand what he said. I didn't know what the problem was, why we couldn't play.
Yeah. What advice did your dad give you?
Huh?
What advice did your dad give you?
If I can remember, he just told me that's because we were Negroes then. This is 1960. We were Negroes.
Yeah.
And he said that was just the way. That's just the way it was then. And you live 2 doors down from me. We can't play together, really?
Yeah. Little kids wouldn't understand that.
You know.
Do you believe that racism is taught versus learned? I'm sorry, I didn't say that right. You're
taught.
not born racist, but you're taught it through the family.
Yeah, it's taught. Cause see, I had that Karate Kid experience because in the establishment where we lived, a bunch of little white boys jumped on me and I fought them off, and the old Japanese man, name was Mr. Ando, I'll never forget it. He took me and he taught me martial arts back then.
Oh.
And I ain't had a problem no more.
I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. Do you still practice, or you don't know how anymore?
No, you still.
You always remember it?
Yeah.
It'll still come. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you feel about defunding the police? What do you think about that?
About what now?
Defunding the police.
Well, when they say defunding, they mean they're talking about, let's say there was a mental health issue. You don't need the police to go over there for that.
Right.
You need the police for that.
Right.
You need police for real police stuff.
So you do believe that they can move some money around to other resources.
And then it looked like if I was a policeman, I would be like, good.
Exactly.
If I'm responding to a call with a mental health issue and somebody down the street robbing a bank, well, that's where I need to be. You get somebody else to handle that.
And little Johnny at school that won't sit down somewhere, you don't need to be doing that.
Yeah. But I think the problem is most of them, see, I'm an entertainer. I'm a de-escalator. I'm an entertainer. I'm programmed to keep everybody happy. That's what I do everywhere I go. You do. I'm programmed to keep everybody happy. I'm not, a lot of the cops, they come and they want to show up and they escalate. And then the problem is the good cops don't stand up and say something to these other cops.
But that's why now they're getting punished like the ones.
They know who they are. The chief knows who they are.
Yeah.
They know who they are. I had a cousin quit HPD. He said he was more afraid of HPD officers than the criminals on the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful.
You can imagine some of these other cities like New York and LA. All them ideas they got, all the movies, they got them ideas from somewhere.
Somewhere. Because the the movie with Denzel reminds me, Training Day, when everybody was saying, talking about how the cop was sent with the cop that murdered George Floyd, the other cop that was there in training, that's what that made me think about Training Day, because he was a horrible cop, and that the white guy was being trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just need to learn how to de-escalate a situation, because you can be fine, I can be fine, and and all of a sudden 5, 6 cops come in and all of a sudden, and then that's going to piss me off. And then I'm going to get a little attitude. Of course I am.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
all of this because you don't even know what's going on.
I asked. Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, you just walk in, all of a sudden y'all want me up like this and searching me for what? I'm sitting there
And that's why that's where the problem starts. So I guess that's what you're saying.
that nobody is saying, not a cop walk in, what's going on? What's happening?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of, okay, Andre, come over here and let's tell me what went on. First thing they want to walk in and just handcuff you, put you in the car and all that. You then find out, you know,
What
it's
happened?
because there's some fantastic, fabulous cops out there. So
Oh, yeah, and I know some. I know some good cops, and that's what's so sad. In regards to music, I think this time has taken us back. Now, mind you, I was only born in 1969, but I remember the music from the 70s. You know, matter of fact, it's one of my favorite eras. So when I think about what's going on in the world right now, what was going on in the world then, and why they were making some of the music they made, you know, do you think about like,
you just said what's going on.
oh yeah,
You can listen to
yeah,
that song and
tells you
apply that
everything.
song right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Yeah. That's what I think about nowadays is that how the times music, as far as music is concerned, we've gone back to that. So you believe in conspiracy theories?
It depends.
Mm.
There are some that you can look. You know, I'm one to say, you know, that might be
That could
that
be
you
there.
know I
Yeah.
can see some of that. You know, but
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know for
But
sure. I just ain't gonna say, man, you crazy. That ain't.
yeah. Or I hear you. I do the same thing. But where I'm at today is like, okay, fine, I get that. But that means we still need to be careful. Just because somebody found it, they threw it out in the air for everybody to get it. I get that. It doesn't matter. What are we, me and you, we got to do, we got to stay in, we got to wear a mask, we got to do stuff. You know, people use the conspiracy theories as why they shouldn't have to, that's why it doesn't make sense. That still means you got to cover your mouth. That still means you have to wash your hands. It still means we can't be all over the place with millions of people, you know?
When somebody in their family, like I'm watching all these people in Arizona today, all up against each other, thousands of them, and they no masks, a fan blowing over them. And these people talking about the numbers and they fabricated and this and that crap.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
I'm sick,
And that, yeah, because I heard that someone said that anything you die of, they're just gonna put COVID on it because they get extra money.
yeah, well, they're listening to other folk. But when
Yeah.
one of them gets sick and you come knocking at their door, oh, this is real.
That is, you know, a friend of mine posted the other day in the Zydeco community. He posted saying that he was one of the ones that was saying y'all taking this too serious, blah blah blah. And he says, but I gotta say, my uncle just passed away. It was like yesterday or today of COVID-19, and so I get it. Like I get it.
That's a
So,
commercial now, a young black guy and his dad.
hmm.
He was like that. He said, that's blah, 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 blah. And he just recovered from it.
Wow. And I heard it's. I mean, even though people are recovering, I heard it's something you don't want.
Young guy.
Wow. It's crazy. So we gotta get y'all. We gotta get it together out here. We can't be out here running amok. I did tell people, you know, I know people want to get the house. Hell, I want to get the house. So that's why, you know, I was being careful about where I went. Like I came up there with his martinis and more. Had it was not many people, so it was okay. And I've been to the pocket, but they would took our dad out to eat, but always being careful and watching where we go, not going anywhere where there were crowds. But now it's time to kind of hunker down again,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. And that's what I wish, Andre, is that the people that are going out in groups and big groups and having these parties, I just wish they would sit back down. But I just don't think they're gonna do it until it's mandatory.
That's it. Until somebody gets sick that was at one of their functions.
But do you think they'll still believe it? That's the thing. They so crazy right now. They're thinking, oh, that was something else. They just call it, you know how they say it. Yeah. So I just don't know what the answer is until there's a vaccine. And that's unfortunate for us because, you know, those of us who are trying to be careful compared to, I don't know. So if someone offered you a big gig at a place, the arena, let's say he calls you and say, hey, I need you to perform before we have let's say July 30th. Would you go?
If they offered and they were gonna do the gig, yeah, I probably would.
Okay.
Because if they did that, I'm going to trust that everything was checked out, and it, you know, then they do like at the gym, you know, before you go in, they put the thing
temperature.
Maybe something like that could happen.
It would just depend. You would be careful though in just making that decision.
Yeah.
In my mind, I just don't want somebody to be, because someone asked me to do a line dance party outside at the parking lot where Chicago Bar and Grill is. And this was a while back. And I said, no, because I don't want to be responsible for anybody getting sick. And they were like, no, you wouldn't be responsible. You just be organizing. Only 10 people could come. Everybody have to wear their mask. I said, yes, but if 10 people know, 20 people know. 20 people know, 30 people know. Because somebody's going to tell somebody. And somebody's not going to wear their mask. And somebody's going to get too close to somebody. And somebody's going to get sick. And because Trina is the one that planned it, and Trina is the one that did the invitations, Trina invited you to get sick.
You got to call your lawyer.
Huh?
Have to call your lawyer.
Have to call me a lawyer. So no, I'd rather not. I mean, the lady's really nice that suggested, but yeah, I'm not doing it. All right, Andrey. So you have anything that you want to say to your fellow musicians?
Yep, just hang in there. Write, record, reinvent yourself, get ready. So when they do say go, because remember, right now we are all at zero. Us, or like I said, us local musicians, Earth, Wind, and Fire, we all at zero. Ain't nobody doing no concerts and nothing. We all at zero. So we all in the gates, like at the horse race. When they open that, you know.
I want y'all to continue showing up sometimes when we turn on our thing. And that's, I'm telling you, someone I really appreciate that does it. And two people now. Dominique for sure. Dominique Hammonds for sure. Always on there. And I know for a fact he's going to have so many shows when the world's open up, because he don't have that. He's hungry and he does not have, and he loves playing. So him getting on Facebook Live, once or twice a week, doing his thing, he's going to definitely have some people follow, some new viewers, because a lot of us already know who he is. But some of these new ones that's out there, because there's no live music going on, when they go scrolling through the Facebook, they're looking for it. And so he's usually there. Althea starting to do it. She does it once a week. She does it at least once a week, because in this right now, it's not even about money. I mean, you can put your little tag on there to get you some donations, but it's really about keeping yourself relevant, keeping yourself seen, making sure people see who you are, because you know that people can forget about you. When those doors do open, they're gonna call on the people. That's the first people on their mind is who they're gonna call.
Right.
So, okay, so guys, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a new show. I've had a Sister Circle. So in Sister Circle, I have women on and we talk about different topics about relationships, politics, all that kind of stuff. So I decided that I wanted to do the same on the man's side. The man's side is called The Man Cave. And so I've asked Andrey to help give me a little sample of The Man Cave. The problem is I ain't come up with my question, but I think I'm just asking the same question that I asked someone else. Have you ever ghosted someone that you were dating? Do you know what ghosted is?
What do you mean?
Ghosted means you decide you don't be with them no more, and instead of telling them, you just go away. You don't call them, you don't tell them, you don't text them. They calling and texting you, you won't answer, and you just done.
I've been guilty of that before.
What would be the reason you do that? Be honest. Because you're thinking too hard.
Well, it would be the living situation, the relationship situation, the dog.
What?
Yeah. the especially the last time that I was in this situation, there was a dog involved. And
Are you playing with me, Andre?
it's a big dog. I don't need the dog in the bed with us.
Well, no, I don't need a dog in bed with me.
I don't need the cat in the bed with us. When we get together, I don't need you to stop so you can get up and let the dog out. Dog hair all over the place. And when I leave there, I can't get in my car without, getting
Dog hair again.
And
but if whatever was wrong with her and the dog.
I get to a point where, I really don't see myself coming around here no more. And then that whole situation, and I'm not comfortable. The house is Grand Central Station. So it's just at that point I just, poof, I was gone.
So why couldn't you let her know that you were ready to roll out? This is not working for me.
I just didn't do it.
So do you think with a man, because I'll assume you've never been ghosted before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have? Mm-hmm. So is it that you, don't be mad at me when I say this, are you coward because you ghost? Because I always say men that ghost people, they're cowards.
Because I've been in a relationship where I just broke it down. We just, I need someone I need to lose. So, that kind of thing. I mean, even I was like that since high school. Even my high school girlfriend, we're not going. I don't think we should go together no more. So if I ghosted you, that was kind of bad.
Yeah, bad. Oh, but you mean the relationship, whatever you're dealing with, was bad. Okay. Well, my opinion is I don't ever think I was told before that from an older man that men ghost women because they don't want to have to go through what do I do? What can I do to make it better? Blah, 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 blah. And it just rip off the Band-Aid versus pulling it little by little. If I just go and just be done, I don't have to deal with that part, which makes me feel like you were being selfish. How do you think that they just leave us like,
at that
where
point,
they at? What I do?
At that point, honestly, I didn't care. I didn't even want to have that conversation.
Gotcha.
With that,
had you tried to talk to her before? Did she know that there was something wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With that particular person, I didn't even want to go back and have that conversation. I just,
But had you ever had the conversation?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So she knew something could possibly be wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't wrong with her. It was a problem that I had. If I dealt with her, I had to take all of that, the whole package.
Right.
And I decided myself, I don't
want to deal with that
around here no more.
Okay. So what about being in a band and dating one of your band members?
No.
Because I talked to someone about dancing last time, and I asked them about dating in the dance community. So for bands, how does that work out?
Totally against that.
Really?
I mean,
have you ever experienced it?
Yeah.
It didn't work out good.
It don't work. That don't work.
Okay.
No.
That's all you got for me?
That don't work. Well, the problem is when our job as entertainers is then you hire me to entertain your group. So when I get there, I accepted that gig. So I accepted the whole contract. So my job when I get there is to entertain these people. Yeah. My job is to make all these people in here forget about the bullshit they went through during the course of the day. That's my job. My job and the bartender. I need a drink. That bartender knows their drink. And I need to hear my song. I'm here to entertain y'all. That's my job.
Because that's what people come out for.
That's what they come out for, is to be entertained.
I agree with that. So yeah, okay. Well, that's. But you didn't get to the point of that, meaning that the relationship may stop you from entertaining, or do you feel like you have to entertain the ladies, and
If
she may be upset?
you and I, if you're the lead singer, and we're the lead singers
Mm-hmm.
of the band,
Mm-hmm.
we had a problem last night.
Mm-hmm.
It rolled over into breakfast.
Into the.
We really ain't speaking lunch,
Mm-hmm.
evening. So, we got a gig. We got to go. I don't even know if I really want to go. So by the time we get to the gig, then the band, after about 10 minutes, the band know, okay, they arguing again.
Oh.
So we get ready to sing a song. Everybody that know us is like, oh, they arguing again.
Okay, well, those are my two man cave questions. So, guys, that's what my man cave will be about, but it'll be a little different. I'll have a questions that people have given me, or and be able to pull from a hat, or they'll just be conversations. So it's gonna be a cool thing. It starts in July. Well, Andre, I thank you for taking the time out to talk and chat with me tonight. We did more of a chat than an interview, which was cool. This is
I
what we
love
do
it.
anyway, huh?
I love
You just quiet tonight.
it. Well, they can.
Um, hmm.
What was you gonna
So
say?
so let's before we end, we're gonna let you give your website, and then I'll give my last little advertisement. So tell us where we can find A SeVille Designs.
SeVille Designs on Facebook, Instagram, SeVilleDesigns.com. It's got all of my work, all of my graphic designs. Find me personally, Andrey SeVille on Facebook, Instagram, linked, MySpace.
Girl, boy, I just realized what you
No, not MySpace.
he said my stage.
There you go. But
But anyway, guys, thank y'all. Y'all look up Andrey SeVille. And before I finish, I want to mention my t-shirt today. Let me let y'all see it. It's my chat. It's a chat with Trina. I think it says yeah, chat with Trina with the big T. And this was done by VIP Beauty Prints, Miss Kiera Carr. She is on Facebook. She also did this one. This says, forgot what it says. Oh, it's what? Oh, it's wine o'clock somewhere. She did that for me too. So y'all look her up. VIP Beauty Prints, Kiera Carr. She is on Facebook. She's on Facebook. Look her up. Andre, I thank you again for everything that you for doing this today, but also thank you for everything that you do for me. I've loved working with you. Guys, we didn't even talk about how we met, but anyway, he's been a very good friend, and we're gonna get you doing some more, get you some graphic artwork soon.
all right, appreciate
Guys,
it.
don't forget to go to youtube.com/chatwithtrina, hit the subscribe button, and then hit that little bell, and you'll be notified when I upload a new video. All right. Good night, Andre.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All righty.